Hi, I'm Doug. I make Canadian personal finance videos and review videos here on YouTube, and this one is just an update for how my tax-free savings account in Wealthsimple Trade did in the month of February 2023. And just a reminder, this is a dividend-focused portfolio. That's what I'm going for with this. That's my beginner strategy. I started this 3 years ago, so this is how it's been doing. For the month of February, $183.08 was how much we made in dividends. Now, if you compare it to January, it doesn't look that impressive. January was $292.05. But what is impressive is you compare it to February 2022, where it was only $101. We made $80 more than last year. And so the total for this year, 2023, is $475.13. Let's jump over to this page here. I'm going to show you who paid out the most during February, where the big payers were. BMO is obviously number one, $42.90. Bolded all the ones that are more than $10. Power Corp is another one. Cogeco, HYLD, that's the covered call ETF. And then we've got 3 REITs here. TNT, which I don't want to talk about. I made a whole video about it and how they cut their dividend recently. Actually, just earlier, I don't even know what day it is. Last week, I guess. Smart Centers and Northwest Health. Another thing that people like to look at are the charts on Wealthsimple Trade, so I'll show you that. So the whole portfolio since we started investing, just to show you the date, it was back in like April, May 2020. We're up 17% all time. 17%, we're still in the positive. That's still a good thing. Over the last year though, we're down 9%. The last 3 months, we broke even. The last month, -7%, the last week, -1%, and today we're actually in the positive, up 1%. There was some good upward momentum today, and hopefully that continues the rest of the week. But it is a good opportunity to get things at a discount, especially the bank stocks right now, which I'm kind of struggling with myself. Do I buy bank stocks right now while they're cheap, or do I go with my plan, which was to try to expand the slice of the pie that I'm trying to dedicate to telecom, oil and gas, and what was the other one? Manufacturing. So actually, let's take a look at that. Retail is another one, but on my Excel sheet here, I've got things. So the last time I actually made these pie charts was December 2022. And now, as of March, this was just a few days ago, you can see not much has changed. A little bit more in terms of finance, and real estate stayed the same. ETFs has grown a little bit. So yeah, definitely going forward with the purchases I'm going to do in the near future, going to try to focus a little bit more on telecom, manufacturing, oil and gas, just to make sure that the whole pie is distributed a little bit more evenly, and I'm not too heavy in finance or real estate. We can go back to Wealthsimple Trade, and I've got the filter set up so we can look at what I bought in February. I was a little bit all over the place, so my goal for March is to try to stick to that strategy with the pie chart there and try to expand into telecom, oil and gas, and manufacturing. So what I did buy though, I bought some REITs, Northwest Health, Smart Centers, BTB, and 2 shares of TNT. Finance-wise, I bought Go Easy Financial, National Bank, and Scotiabank. Telecom, there's some Cogeco buys in there, Quebecor, and let's see, ETFs, I bought some XUS, Cash, XIU. Power Corp, that's kind of like insurance and finance, I guess. And let's look up here anymore. No, then we're getting into March. So that was kind of it for the buys for February. And just a reminder, if you're new here, I put $800 every 2 weeks into this account and then buy as I see fit. I've seen some other Canadian YouTubers who talk about finance use this website called trackyourdividends.com, and I started an account there. It was a little bit difficult to set up. You had to add each holding individually. So that's kind of annoying, but I did it and I really like the metrics that it shows you. It's a little bit better than what you get to see in Wealthsimple Trade. It is a free app, Wealthsimple Trade, but so is Track Your Dividends. Wealthsimple could have some of this stuff in there, but they don't. It's whatever. So you can get around it by using this free website. They do have premium features, but I'm just using the free stuff. One of the most interesting parts of it that I like is this yield on cost. I spent a lot more on HYLD. The price has since gone down, so I've lost some money, but also my yield on cost is less than the yield is today, which is 14%, and I'm down at 13. So to even that out, I could buy more right now. I'm not going to do that for a while though, and maybe I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video, but I am just a little bit cautious with HYLD because I'm concerned the payout ratio, and also since it's hedged with the Canadian dollar not being very strong right now, just some concerns with that. I got to read about it more before I make any decisions, but for now that's on hold. Not going to buy too much more of that. But other ones you can see, it's quite an improvement. EIF, which is Exchange Income Corp, the dividend yield right now is 4.8%, but mine is 9%. That's quite a bit more. The other column here that's pretty interesting is annual income. So it'll show you how much you're making per year with that stock. And for me right now, it's HYLD is number one. So you can see Scotiabank is the second highest there with $412 a year. Smart Centers is the third with $347. Then BMO, Northwest Health, and it just goes down from there. Nice to see the predicted annual income from dividends is, with my portfolio this year, is supposed to be $2,825, where last year, if you look at my total, I only brought in, I'm so proud of how it did last year, but it was $1,730. So we're adding more than $1,000 this year in dividends. Another tab here at the top that's pretty cool is upcoming dividends. So it'll show you what you expect to make on average for the year. So mine is $235. And the highest month will bring in $294, and the lowest, and then it gives you the variance there. So you can see that for next month, the outlook, we're supposed to see $203. I guess that's not next month, it's this month, but I'll post the video at the end of March. If you scroll down too, you can see all of the payout dates for each stock, and they have this neat little calendar that's color coded. So the darker greens are the higher payouts. So April 26, 2023 looks like a high payout of $103. So I think that's pretty cool. You can anticipate when your dividends are coming. So what's the future outlook for my portfolio? I have some concerns. I haven't been doing enough of my own research in my free time or paying attention to the companies that I am a partial owner of. You do have some responsibility unless you're going to do just ETFs. You need to read about the companies and the things that change, because back when I bought a lot of TNT, which was last summer, the occupancy rate was 96%, which I thought was good, but I don't really have anything to compare it to. And now it's fallen. By the end of Q4 for 2022, it fell to 93%. They sold off 2 buildings and they couldn't keep paying out a high dividend because their payout ratio was like 127%. And that's not sustainable. The same thing happened though with Innovalis the year before. So I should have known better because both of these were office-focused real estate investment trusts. That high payout ratio, that has me a little bit worried about HYLD too. I'm not too sure about that. That's different. It's a fund that owns other funds and does covered calls, so it's a little bit more complicated to understand. I definitely have to read more about that, and maybe I'll talk about that in an upcoming video, but right now I don't know enough about it, so putting my buying on that on hold. So speaking of all this, I have 36 different holdings, and I'm starting to wonder if this is a little bit too much to keep track of. And so maybe I'll sell off some of these smaller holdings that I don't have too much of to slim it down, and then maybe it'll be easier for me to keep an eye on everything. We'll see. Thanks for watching and subscribing, guys. So to grow this channel, I'm going to be putting out content a little bit more frequently, so I'll see you again very soon. Bye.